This is how I make pain au chocolat. We start by making a dough using 310 grams of very strong white flour, 6 grams of salt, 38 grams of sugar, 1 sachet of dried yeast, that's about 7 or 8 grams, and then a little bit of milk to bring it into a dough. We mix the dough by hand or with a dough hook until elastic. Then we wrap in cling film and put in the fridge to rest for an hour. In the meantime, we want our butter into a nice flat square. Beating and rolling it out using either baking parchment or cling film to stop it sticking to the worktop and make it easier to wrap up. And once we've got the desired shape, we put it into the fridge to set. Next, after the dough has rested for an hour, we take that out of the fridge and roll it out into a rectangle about 3 times the length of the square of butter. We then fold the dough over the butter and then leave it for another hour in the fridge to rest. We then roll out the dough once more, very carefully, into a rectangle, and then we start with our first book fold. Folding 1/3 in and then the other third on top of that, and once more refrigerate for an hour. After that hour we do a second book fold, rest in the fridge for an hour, then finally a third book fold and rest overnight in the fridge, or for about 6 to 8 hours. Before we shake the pain au chocolat, we need some nice dark chocolate. A nice full flavoured dark chocolate if you can get it. But you get the mellow sweetness of the dough to balance it out. And cut the chocolate to form nice long pieces, no more than 1 centimetre wide. Then we take the dough out of the fridge that has risen quite a bit in this time and roll it out flat to about 3 mil thick. Helps to start with the straight edge. You can either cut it, or if you're feeling a bit scabby like me here and don't like waste, just fold the edge to make a straight edge. Then we make a row with the chocolate. And then fold the edge of the dough over that. Roll it over. And then add another row of chocolate. roll that over again, and cut. And then that long sausage shape you can cut into several pain au chocolat. And repeat with the remaining chocolates and dough. I usually do this stage in the evening, so I then rest the dough further in the fridge overnight, and then in the morning egg wash using an egg yolk and a splash of milk, brush the pain au chocolat all over. Normally you do this stage after leaving the dough to come to room temperature. Maybe leave it to prove for about an hour, raise a bit, and then bake in an oven at 180 degrees C fan oven, 200 degrees conventional, for around 15 minutes until nice golden brown on top. Perfect.